Very good morning to one and all. At the outset, I would like to introduce myself. I am Gvrmurthy. I am working as lecturer in soft skills in Aditya Degree College for Women, Kakinada. I did my BE Metallurgical Engineering from A College of Engineering, Visakhapatnam. I earned my postgraduate diploma in Communication Soft Skills from Gvrmurthy University, Visakhapatnam. I achieved my ELTA certification from IFLU Hyderabad, BEC certification from British Council Chennai, and HITS certification from Wipro Mission 10X Bangalore. Very recently, I have been awarded a gold medal and a silver medal from IIT Madras for my excellent performance in NPTEL English Language for Competitive Examinations and NPTEL Technical English for Engineers. I started my teaching career in 1999. In the last 20 years of my teaching career, I have taken thousands of English classes for several competitive examinations such as GRE, TOEFL, IELTS, GMAT, Cambridge Assault, CAT, MAT, Campus Recruitment Training, ISET, Banks, RRB, SSC, LIC, CDS, NDA, GATE, IES, and PSU examinations. Today, it gives me immense pleasure to stand before you on this occasion to speak a few words about employability skills. There are two confusable words are there. One is employment, another one is employability. Employment is defined as the act of getting a job, whereas employability is defined as the eligibility to get a job. There is a lot of difference between the two things. Employment is entirely different from employability. We are all human beings. We are all born as human beings. Therefore, we must be able to show a significant difference between human beings and animals. Human beings have a lot of knowledge, whereas animals do not have any knowledge. Knowledge is defined as the process of getting a large amount of information, but the application of knowledge is called skill. Today, the jobs are based not on our knowledge, but on our skill. The word skill is entirely different from person to person. Though all the students of a class or all the people have the same knowledge, their skills are entirely different. That is the reason why the recruiters are giving much importance to skill. If you go to the standard grammar form, skill is a noun. In particular, skill is an abstract noun and a non-count noun. If I take the adjective form of skill, I take the word called skillful. If you take the word skillful and search for the synonyms of the word skillful has got excellent synonyms like adept, adroit, deft, dexterous, virtuous, proficient, competent, acquainted, conversant, and versed. The skills are very, very vital. I can definitely say that these synonyms are found in the book of Baron G.R.E. Normalize. So in this video, I would like to talk about what are the different skills that prove to be highly beneficial for a student to secure a good job. There are many categories of skills in the outside world, but as far as the eligibility of a student to secure a good job in any chosen field is concerned, skills are broadly divided into 4 different areas. They are: number 1, hard skills or technical skills or core competence. Number 2, soft skills. Number 3, linguistic skills. And number 4, communication skills. If you go to any job, these 4 are only considered. I would like to analyze the concepts one by one. First, let us take hard skills. What is the meaning of hard skills? The name consists of hard skills. It means they are very difficult to acquire. We acquire our 10th class qualification or SSC, intermediate, diploma, graduation, post-graduation, MBA, MCA, MTech, MFarm, MPhil, PhD, NET, SET, and certifications. And we attend many workshops, seminars, conferences, and we attend many faculty development programs to update our knowledge, skills, abilities, and competencies to develop our knowledge continuously and find our survival in the today's highly competitive job market. So whatever skills we acquire by dint of our education qualifications, work experience, devotion, determination, commitment, and persistence are called hard skills. They are very, very important to find our survival in the competitive market. In fact, if you want to apply for any job or if you want to appear for any interview, your hard skills are the skills which are given the utmost importance. Therefore, no student can ignore the importance of hard skills in your life. In fact, they determine your existence in the corporate world. They distinguish one person from another person. Therefore, if you want to clearly stand out from the crowd, if you want to show any discrimination to the recruiter from your fellow contestants, you need to have a strong command over your hard skills. Very, very essential. Now let us come to the next skills called soft skills. These skills are related to our attitude and behavior. What are the skills that belong to the category of soft skills? Your dress, your appearance, your discipline, punctuality, time management, teamwork, negotiation, problem solving, decision making, goal setting, devotion, dedication, commitment, industry, your persistence, your perseverance. These kind of skills belong to the category of soft skills. And third skill, I would like to focus linguistic skills. These skills are related to your knowledge of language, vocabulary, and the structure of the sentence. Generally, when you talk about communication, it may be the spoken or written. Communication is broadly divided into two different areas: informal communication and formal communication. If you communicate with your friends, relations, and parents, this communication is called informal communication. When you make any informal communication, nobody would like to bother about what kind of language you are using. But when it comes to the matter of formal and professional communication, your language, your vocabulary, and your grammatical structure of the sentence are very, very important, and they play a major role in creating an excellent impression about you to the recruiter. If the recruiter has to form a good opinion about you, your linguistic skills must be very, very good. When you want to develop your linguistic skills, you need to develop many wonderful grammar books, vocabulary books, and reading newspapers. There's no second alternative. Without your hard work, without investing your right persistent efforts, the ability to develop our linguistic skills can never be fulfilled. My dear friends, today I would like to tell you that your linguistic competence plays a significant role in the today's era of globalization. There's no second alternative. And the fourth skill, communication skills. What is communication? The ability to express our thoughts, feelings, and emotions is called communication. These communications are done in two ways. These communications are broadly divided into two aspects, namely oral communication and written communication. In the case of written communication, you need to write paragraph, essay, letter, summary, paraphrase, note taking, note making, report writing, proposal writing, technical article writing, circulars, notice, agenda, minutes, and many professional letters. if you want to really excel in the art of writing, all the aforesaid activities, your linguistic skills play a major role. There's no doubt in saying that. For example, you can say, if you want to ask the permission of another person in the form of speaking, you can simply say, may I come in, sir? But when you want to write a letter to take the permission of other person, you cannot write like that. You have to say, I earnestly request you to be kind enough to grant me the permission. I would like to earnestly request you to be kind enough to grant me the permission. I wonder if you can grant me your permission. I shall be highly obliged to you if you can grant me the permission. It would be an act of your kindness if you can grant me the permission. These kind of words are entirely different. So I can definitely say that the structure of the sentence in oral communication is entirely different from the structure of the sentence in the written communication. When you want to construct a flawless sentence in the form of writing, you need to take utmost and meticulous care. Therefore, definitely say that written communication always plays a major role in deciding your success in the today's corporate world. Today, we are all living in the era of globalization where English plays a very pivotal and paramount role. So, if you want to achieve success in your professional career, every one of us must necessarily cultivate the act of drafting the sentences in English. Therefore, it is a need of the hour for every one of us to understand the growing importance of written communication in the today's corporate world. Next, let us come to the case of spoken communication or oral communication. In the case of spoken communication, we have many systems like jams, elocutions, group discussions, interviews. These are important from the point of view of getting a job. For example, tomorrow, after getting selected in the written test, if you attend any interview, they will ask you many questions like, tell me about yourself. Why should I hire you? What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What are your opportunities? What are your challenges? How can you evaluate yourself? Speak about any person of a choice. Speak about any place of a choice. Speak about any animal of a choice. Speak about any object of a choice. Speak about your career objective. What are your goals? What do you want to achieve in the future? Right? Or speak about any important day in the history of the world. These kind of things are very, very essential. So definitely, my dear friends, even in oral communication also, oral communication is again divided into two types. Informal oral communication and formal oral communication. If you talk to your friends, relations and parents, it is called informal oral communication. If you talk to any professional recruiter for the purpose of any job, that kind of communication is called formal oral communication. When you want to really excel in the art of formal oral communication, you need to take utmost care. No doubt. For example, speak about any important day in the history of the world. Today, I would like to bring to the consideration of the audience that the video is being recorded on 23rd April 2020. 23rd April can be considered to be an important day in the history of the world because a legendary personality in English called Mr. William Shakespeare was born and also died on the same day. So if I would like to speak about the importance of English, the importance of the celebration of English Day, I can say, for example, I would like to give you a brief demonstration about how an effective oral communication can be made on this. Very good morning to one and all. At first, I would like to introduce myself. I am Gvrmurthy. I am working as lecturer in soft skills in Untitled Degree College for Women, Kakinada. It gives me immense pleasure to stand before you on this occasion to speak of the celebration of importance, to speak of the celebration of International English Day. English acts as the most powerful bridge to bridge the communicative gap among different regions and nations across the globe. Globalization and the recent advancements in the fields of science, technology, and information technology have also made a commendable contribution to the emergence of English as a major global medium of communication. As a result of globalization, the world today has become a small village As a result of globalization, many multinational companies have come to India, as a result of which there has been a significant increase in the development of higher education and the growth of employment potential. English is no longer a foreign language. It's considered to be the corporate and official language of India, and most of the transactions of the union government and all the state governments of India are carried out completely in English. So it's a need of the hour for every student to recognize the growing importance of English in the modern era and put forth our efforts in the right direction to augment our linguistic competence. I can definitely say that the wonderful efforts put in by Mr. William Shakespeare for the spread of English language across the nation are extremely laudable and commendable. I'm a big fan of William Shakespeare. Being the teacher of English, I'm very proud to sit on this occasion that he is the person who commands an indelible and an eternal respect across the globe. So in this way, if you speak, you will be able to create a positive impression among the minds of the people. I would like to take you another example. Speak about any object of your choice. Very commonly asked question, because if you want to speak about any person, any animal or any other thing, you require a little bit of practice and you need to make a little bit of previous preparation. But when you want to talk about any object of your choice, because since the object appears before our eyes, being able to speak about any object of your choice is always spontaneous and extemporaneous. When you are required to speak about on any object form, you need not be in a position to search for the use of the words. For example, I would like to speak about an object of my choice. Try to imagine, here I don't have any board in practice, but try to imagine the existence of a board. For example, if I would like to talk about a blackboard, how I will speak. Very good morning to one and all. At the outset, I would like to introduce myself. I am Gvrmurthy. I am working as lecturer in soft skills in Untitled Degree College for Women, Kakinada. It gives me immense pleasure to stand before you on this occasion to speak a few words about the object of my choice. Being a teacher, I am very proud of saying that the classroom is a place where I spend most of my time to interact, inspire, and motivate, educate, and communicate with my students. I love my students very much. In fact, I'm a fan of my students. So definitely I can say that whenever I want to fulfill the objectives of teaching and learning, I must have many wonderful things. I'm very glad to say that my classroom is furnished with many wonderful objects, due to which both the teachers and the students are able to spend my time very effectively and fulfill the objectives of teaching and learning. If you make a clear examination of my room, I am very glad to say that my classroom consists of many wonderful teaching aids also. Today I would like to talk about one such kind of teaching aid that proves to be highly beneficial and indispensable for a teacher to fulfill the objectives of teaching and learning. If you make the physical examination correct, I am very glad to say that my classroom consists of an excellent blackboard. Clear. If you see the examination of the blackboard, the blackboard is approximately 10 feet long and 4 feet wide. It consists of a beautiful aluminum border so that its appearance is very beautiful. If you examine the surface of the blackboard is a very smooth and plain, so that when a teacher writes any information on the surface of the blackboard, he can easily rub it. Now, if the teacher tries to explain everything in the air, most of the students cannot understand what the teacher would like to convey. If the same teacher tries to explain anything by writing on the surface of the blackboard, since the blackboard acts as an important visual aid, a majority of students can easily comprehend what the teacher would like to convey. Therefore, I can say that the presence of a blackboard in a classroom acts as a bridge between the teachers and between the teacher and the students, and the blackboard enables the teacher to fulfill the objectives of teaching and learning. Therefore, I can say that the presence of a blackboard in a classroom enables a teacher to be able to inject and infuse his ideas very perfectly into the minds of the students, and the students will also be in a position to grasp what the teacher would like to convey. Therefore, I can say that an instrument called blackboard is used to bridge the gap between the teachers and students, and due to which the relation between the teacher and the students in a classroom is also able to be built in a very reinforced form. Therefore, I can say that the presence of a blackboard certainly enables a teacher to educate and communicate to students very effectively. Therefore, I can say that a blackboard proves to be highly beneficial and indispensable in enabling the students to grasp the contents of a teacher and in enabling a teacher to fulfill the objectives of teaching and learning. Therefore, I can say, I'd like to tell you another important feeling that in spite of several advancements in the fields of science, technology, and information technology, the role of a traditional blackboard has not yet been lost. Clear? Even though there are many projectors are there, many other things are there, even though we are using the blackboard and the traditional duster and the traditional chalk piece, therefore I can say that a blackboard proves to be highly indispensable in fulfilling the objectives of teaching and learning. Here I would like to talk a wonderful quotation about Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Garu. Most of the people consider black to be inauspicious, but the future character of a student can be molded and destined in the classroom with the help of a blackboard. A wonderful quote given by the former President of India, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. With these very few concluding remarks, I would like to take leave at all of you today. So if you speak like that, this is called a formal oral communication. If you speak like that, you will be able to create a positive impression in the minds of the people, and the recruiter will be able to form a positive opinion about you. My dear friends, I can say that if you stand before a recruiter to participate in the job or a GD or interview, it is your responsibility to see that you are able to create a positive impression in the minds of the people. So for that purpose, you need to make a lot of practice. My dear friends, speaking cannot be obtained in a day or two. It requires a lot of persistent practice. As I already mentioned that you are going to make the formal oral communication, you need to use many important words. For example, in the communication, as for the communication skills are concerned, if I use the words like get up, wake up, bath, comb, dress, these kind of words you can't use at the time of attending any interview or job or duty. When you want to talk about your appearance in a job, GD or interview, there is a list of some traditional words like listen, speak, read, write, teach, learn, test, evaluate, report, examine, experience, experiment, invigilate, discuss, share, develop, create, build, facilitate, provide, enable, ensure. These kind of words are very, very essential. These kind of professional words you need to write on a piece of paper, and if you want to gather any such kind of word, you have to learn how to frame a sentence on your own. Clear? For example, I can say, what do you do every day? The interviewer will ask you. Then you can say, I listen to the wonderful lectures delivered by many eminent stalwarts of the world. I speak to my teachers and friends very politely. I write all the notes as dictated by my teacher. I read all the materials supplied by my teacher. My teachers teach with a great passion, commitment, enthusiasm, and I pay my attention to learn all the concepts with a great commitment, devotion, dedication, and workaholic nature. So if you use this kind of statements, they are called professional statements. Clear? So even if you want to make any professional, even if you want to bring out any contrast between unprofessional communicative statements and professional communicative statements, you need to take utmost care. Right? Clear? I have already mentioned a wonderful point that if you want to talk to your friends and relations and parents, you can use any kind of language, and nobody would like to bother about what kind of sentence structure you would like to use. But when you stand before a recruiter to get a job, it is your utmost responsibility to see that you are able to do justice, and you must be able to create your credibility to the recruiter. The recruiter must be able to believe in what you say. Definitely, I can say that I have given you the comprehensive information about hard skills, soft skills, linguistic skills, and communicative skills. The combination of all the four skills are called employability skills. The reason why they are called employability skills is that if any student cultivates all the aforesaid four skills, he will certainly become eligible to get a job, and he will be able to show his performance in the job very effectively. Therefore, I would like to take this wonderful opportunity to make an earnest advocation to all the students of India to follow my valuable piece of advice. Work hard, gather the complete information, put in your efforts in a streamlined form, and achieve success, achieve culmination in your career, and bring laurels not only to your family but also to the educational institution where you are pursuing the education. with these very few concluding remarks, I would like to take leave at all of you for today. Thank you very much. Thank you and all.